Subscribe to Plunder. Was Nichol Kessinger a side chick stalker? Let's take a look at her search history. Although Nichol Kessinger claims she didn't meet Chris Watts until June 2018 and didn't know Shanann Watts' name, quote, for a while, her iPhone search history tells a different story. We're going to dig into her interviews and listen to how she evaded the question. In her interview on August 16th, she was directly asked when she first knew about Chris Watts. When were you first aware of him? How long? I don't know, Nichol Kessinger answered, probably the beginning of June or maybe May. So like 2.5, 3 months tops, Nichol answered. I mean, this is all like really fresh, compounded into a very small time frame. I realized that Nichol Kessinger wants to be Amber Frey, the mistress of convicted murderer Scott Peterson. He was found guilty of doing away with Lacey, his pregnant wife, and their unborn child Connor in 2002. Amber Frey had an exactly 6-week-long affair with Scott Peterson. Nichol Kessinger made sure to Google Amber Frey. When you ask Google, how long did Amber Frey date Scott Peterson? The answer is 6 weeks. Now, unlike Nichol Kessinger, Amber Frey did not originally know that the man she was seeing was married. Amber Frey was set up on a blind date with Scott Peterson by a mutual friend, and they had just met at a conference. Their relationship lasted a very short 6 weeks from the start to the finish. Now, Nichol Kessinger was very interested in making herself seem akin or equal to Amber Frey in the eyes of the public and in the eyes of police. Her Google searches turn up the things she Googled about Amber Frey. On August 19, 2018, less than 1 week after the Watts tragedy, Nichol Kessinger searched the internet for topics related to Amber Frey, such as her book deal, her net worth, and did people hate Amber Frey? Now, according to Nikki Swift, Amber Frey's net worth is approximately $400,000, so the book deal elevated Amber Frey to that amount, even though it brought trouble with it. There was some kind of screenplay development that fell through, and apparently Amber Frey got sued. But Nikki had her sights set on improving her image. All throughout the discovery, Nichol Kessinger is dodgy when it comes to narrowing down when she first met Chris or knew him. Even though they started potentially dating in June of 2018, nowhere does Nikki tell the cops that she Googled the couple in 2017, nearly a full year prior to her ever dating Chris Watts or meeting him. We can listen to a little bit of her interview where she always makes sure to say she doesn't know exact dates.
He mentioned that he did have a significant other, and then he told me that those two were in the process of a separation.
Did he mention the children's name or his significant other's name?
I didn't know his significant other's name for a while. And then I think he told me his kids' names pretty quick, but to be honest with you, on an exact date of when that happened, I don't.
I don't know an exact date, Nikki went on to say, dodging the question, but according to court documents, Nikki Googled Chris Watts first on August 3rd, 2017. And then she Googled Shanann Watts on September 1st, which is only 28 days later. And then she Googled Shanann Watts again on January 7th, 2018. Now, Chris Watts is a popular name, but Shanann Watts, spelled correctly, is a very rare, unique name. And the chances are she was Googling the couple in question. According to a great article by Crime Online, Ellen Killeran, this is not a witch hunt. Chris Watts' prosecutor can't explain Nikki's phone data showing the internet searches before they even supposedly met. But the Weld County DA did not want to pursue these questions. It's so interesting. He says it's not a witch hunt, and those words really resonated with me. Crime Online really dug into it. They tried over and over again to ask the Weld County DA and the Greeley Police Department and the Frederick Police Department for clarification about these entries in the phone data review, showing Nikki Googling Chris and Shanann in 2017. The discovery documents released by Weld County show that Kessinger may have been aware of Chris and Shanann prior to the date that she claims to have started dating Chris. Again, it shows that September 1st, 2017 Googling, and it shows the other entries, first for Chris Watts on August 3rd, 2017, and again for Shanann Watts on January 7th, 2018, to look at what Nikki may have found. Now, even though the Frederick Police Department record supervisor initially called that search a typo. Oh, it was just a typo. It wasn't really 2017. The DA came back and clarified, yeah, it's not a typo. They are saying the searches are what was in Nikki's phone. According to DA Rourke, it says the dates to which you are referring in 2017, where it appears that she Googled Shanann and Chris, that's the data that came off her phone, even though he could not explain why it was there. And he did make sure to say it's not a typo. The detectives are reporting what was contained in the data from Nikki's phone, but he doesn't know the answer to the question of why or how those dates ended up in her phone. And he made sure to say that they didn't get to the point in their investigation to independently verify why Nikki would have searched for the couple, because Chris Watts had already pled guilty at that point. Nichol Kessinger told us that she started the relationship with the defendant in 2018. He can't answer where that anomaly comes from. And he said, I have absolutely no reason to investigate Nichol Kessinger at this point in time. Quote, this is not a witch hunt. But was Nikki performing a sort of witch hunt on Chris Watts and Shanann Watts before even working at Anadarko? Now, even though the Frederick Police Department did not immediately get back to Crime Online, if ever, to clarify why the heck Nikki was searching for the couple back in 2017 and why the police might not investigate further, I've just done a little digging to figure out what she would have seen. Ironically, by August 2nd, 2017, the amount of Facebook Live videos that Shanann posted seemed to decrease based on previous months. She had begun selling Thrive in 2016. But surely Nikki may have found awkward public videos of Chris Watts in the kitchen with Shanann on December 2nd, 2016, when Shanann was live in a video titled 12 Days of Christmas. It was titled, What Are We Cooking Up Today? Now, did she find videos like these and become attracted to Watts? If this indeed was the same Chris Watts she found on Facebook when she Googled, and maybe she was led to Shanann's Facebook videos, maybe she would have seen this and started stalking them.
Just wait. Hi guys, say
What's
hi
going
Bella.
on?
We gotta get you dressed, kid.
I
But
know,
Bella's
right?
eating. Bella's eating some of the ingredients.
She got a nice little bowl of chocolate chips.
Um,
Welcome to the 12 Days of Christmas, Lavelle Day, and even though I like to claim that I could probably cook, I can't at all. So I'm gonna let my wife do all the cooking. She's gonna make up some Thrive Bites for us.
and I'm gonna go wash my hands real fast.
Uh-oh. She's gonna leave me here alone. Oh, we got some people joining. Bella, look. Got people looking at us. Say hi. Wife's gonna be making up some Thrive Bites here in a second, so make sure you hop on and join us for the 12 Days of Christmas. Bella's got some chocolate chips.
I need a Lavelle apron. Chris didn't want to go on live doing it because he didn't want to mess anything up. Not that you can mess anything up with Thrive Bites. It's so simple. Except for
By 2018, Chris Watts would find himself juggling his wife and his girlfriend quite a bit through text message and the like and in real life. But on September 1st, 2017, when Kessinger searched the internet for the name Shanann Watts, and again later in January, why did she do so? Perhaps Nikki studied Shanann's public videos, such as this one from June 19, 2017. What we do when kids are in school, doing three-ways and checkers, Shanann wrote. Any side chick worth their salt would have studied the strange dynamics between the married couple and told herself to act differently when she met Chris. Nikki would have only needed to Google Chris's name once to find his then active 2017 Facebook page, and Shanann's name once as well to find hers, and perhaps even watch live videos from a Facebook sock account since Nikki claimed she didn't have any social media. Perhaps she could see them through a friend's account. But what exactly did she witness?
Guys. So, currently kicking Chris's tail at checkers. He's not very happy about it. He looks at it and says, what just happened? Right, Chris?
Yeah, I gotta make a comeback.
Dude, you just set yourself up to be jumped again. Do you realize this? No one likes sore losers, Christopher. No sore losers. He just says, I'm just gonna get jumped anyway. That's a sore loser. Hey, Sharon! Seriously, dude? Are you just wanting to get jumped? Alright, guys, I think he's cheating. Nick, help me out here. I think you need to YouTube that because you're wrong, dude. Put my man back. I am very competitive, but I don't like cheaters either. That's cheating. Well, I'm teaching you the right way. We gotta teach our kids the right way, dude. Thanks, guys. They all called you out, dude. Okay, now move. I think I have a sore loser on my hands here. Chris is being a sore loser. You chasing at me, you little... It's okay. I got you. You can king yourself. I have all of you guys on because I want to make sure Chris doesn't continue trying to cheat. Right, Chris? They're watching you, dude. I'm playing checkers with my cheating husband. He's a cheater. Right, Chris? Yep, you don't make up rules. Fair. Go ahead, king yourself. And I'll king myself. We're both competitive, except for I always win. That's how we keep our marriage straight. I always win. If Chris tries to cheat again, I will definitely hop on here for you guys to fix it. Because I don't play with any cheaters. Say goodbye, Chris.
See ya.
Even without Nichol Kessinger having her own Facebook account, there are ways she could have definitely viewed Shanann's September 1st, 2017 data the day she Googled Shanann Watts. Maybe she happened upon public videos like this one from July 12th, 2017. Shanann wrote that the girls were really giving Daddy a workout, LOL, push-ups with 70 wiggly pounds. This was like the 20th video and probably his 50th push-up, she wrote, calling him Daddy Hulk.
Pop up to you, my nose hair. Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
Set.
Go.
Oh, you're hanging off. That way. Easy.
Now she do it.
Alright. Oh, what are you doing, seatbelt?
Hang on, Bella. Cece.
Oh! Hey, pull my pants down, kid. You think I'm made of steel or something? Hey, hold on.
Let's see. Get down. Get all down.
Here, Cece. Cece, you want to do it again? Yeah. Okay. Watch your toes.
Get my
Give me the phone, Cece.
I see you, Celeste.
I got the phone.
Huh?
Try to balance yourself out a little more, kiddo.
Bella, don't jump.
Shanann's Shanann's words are creepily prophetic, whilst looking back on so many of these posts and videos in the context of what happened that would take place at Chris's hands on August 13, 2018. But back on July 12, 2017, Shanann wrote, "Girls are making daddy use them to work out. What happens when you thrive, duo, you become the Hulk." And the most interesting choice of words to use for Chris Watts was the Hulk, a beloved Bruce Banner character who was mild-mannered, and he turned into a rage-filled, shirt-ripping green beast when angry. Indeed, Watts' transformation from a chunky, pleasing, quiet manservant into a shredded and ripped beast was most noticeable starting around this time, along with the coming change in attitude wherein he'll no longer play just the awkward video subject to Shanann's Svengali director. Instead, viewers will soon see Chris clap back at his wife in future videos telling her to turn the camera around. But all the time I wonder if Nichol Kessinger was one of the first obsessive viewers of Shanann's videos. When she posted videos and photos of the girls at the Orchard splash pad on June 13, 2017, or even when Chris walked with his parents in Denver. Maybe the Daddy Hulk video from July 12, 2017 was a turn-on for Nikki. But how did she even know to Google the name Chris Watts as early as August 3, 2017, followed by the difficult name Shanann Watts spelled correctly only 28 days later? Was Nikki because she was in the oil industry? Was she made aware of Chris Watts' name, and was she gunning for a job and more? Her friend came forward allegedly on Reddit and claimed that Nikki was all about attempting to learn more about Thrive. But when Nikki came forward to police, she kind of alternately said she knew a lot about Thrive, and at the same token, on the flip side of the coin, she couldn't remember the name of the stuff that Shanann sold. Surely Nikki saw when Shanann posted a live and awkward public video in Denver titled Downtown Denver, wherein Chris Watts carried Cece on his shoulders on August 8, 2017, only 5 days after Nikki first Googled Chris's name. If she Googled him on August 3rd, 2017, and started following him, she would have seen videos just like this.
I can do anything.
Say hi, guys. What up? This is Cece downtown Denver, like cruising on Chris's shoulder. She's definitely working him. Hi, Cece. Cece's been taking a wear tear on Chris's shoulders. Cece.
Where you going, Cece? Where you going, Beth?
Come on, Bella.
Yeah.
Celeste. Celeste.
Cece's calmed down now.
Of course, because we weren't live. Say hi, Pop-Up. He's on the camera.
Hi. 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 Oh, you gotta go dead.
Someone's getting tired.
Someone's losing the charge on her batteries. So Bella. Come on, B.
Did Nikki also see that Shanann Watts had a baby boy on her mind on September 20th, 2017, in a now deleted post when God in World predicted she would be pregnant? Wait a minute, #BabyBoyWatts, Shanann wrote, tagging her friend. I said when I hit 200K, God in World in, she replied. Around the same time, she also praised Chris as the best hubby ever. The fact that her and her friend drove down to Vegas for their team's yearly celebration and Chris took care of the 3 children at that point between the women. She said, he's the best. Pray for him. He's brave. He loves me. He supports me. It may have been easy for Nikki to miss certain Facebook posts that flooded Shanann's timeline, like when she first posted that, wait a minute, baby boy Watts, I said when I hit 200K. But by September 28, 2017, when Chris once again did push-ups, he starts to appear fitter, more comfortable in front of the camera. He's going to talk about needing earplugs from the girl screaming so loudly. Shanann had written in the comments, "Thrive, girl. Thrive saved our lives. Thank you, Chris. He's really good with the kids. He's a sponge to kids. He misses them since he works all day. He really is. We are all blessed with him. Thank you." Speaking of Bella, she's cute in uniform, and she called Cece fearless. Towards the end, it seems like Chris thinks he's not live anymore, but when Shanann says, "You're still live," and he kind of gives that hang loose sign with his hands, Shanann tells him, "You're losing audience," and that's when he tells her, "Turn the camera around then."
It's not gonna work, baby.
Too late.
Oh yeah?
Cece, get on Daddy.
You just do supervising? You good?
Alright.
Cool.
No purse, Cece.
No
Hold on to
purse.
Daddy.
Don't do
This
it.
is what Thrive do over Cece. Sorry guys for the loud screaming. Your mom's on, Christina. Hi, Mama.
Are you down?
They want to do that. Papa, Mimi, and Papa. Okay, Daddy's not going to do it if you keep falling off. Look in the camera. Right here, look on there. We're watching a video. You silly goose. You guys,
Was that
see?
Cece?
Yes.
Yeah.
Guys, if you
No, I
fall
know.
off, we're not going to do it anymore, okay?
Are you good?
Yes, sweetie.
Watch this.
I wish there was a way to mute this for these poor people watching.
I need earplugs.
Not even his earplugs.
I need earplugs. Can I have some earplugs? Thank you. Alright.
You got to take a sign for that?
That's done. I can't hear a thing.
You're still alive.
Oh.
Jeez.
100 miles an hour. I'm gonna do it again.
You're losing audience, Chris.
Turn the camera around.
Why don't you do
Oh,
pull-ups?
no, I'm good. Gotta catch these two. Are you good? Okay. Put it down to the hut. Now, CC? Up. Collision. Oh my god. Oh!
Thank God you duo.
Thrive plus duo. All the way to go. Oh!
She's out of breath. Where'd
You alright?
Coral go?
You gonna do it?
Yeah.
She went to get diapers.
Alright.
Cece's out of breath.
I'm out of breath too. Kinda.
No, I'm not.
Whoa! Oh!
Alright, no more running.
High fives?
Come say hi, Nana, Papa. Mimi, Papa.
Yes, Jackie. Jackie.
Oh!
Jackie.
Cece?
Yucky? Good job.
Chase me?
You want Daddy to do push-ups
Come on,
again?
chase me.
Chase or push-ups?
Chase me.
Okay.
Okay. Say goodbye to Nana.
Say goodbye.
Say goodbye to
So I can go
everybody.
chase you.
Bye.
You're so sweet. Cece, blow kisses. You're adorable.
That's enough to make you want to cry. What would make a dad ever want to give up such a beautiful family? And what would make a woman, a mistress, come in between or want to come in between such a beautiful family? But if indeed Nikki was watching the couple ever since she Googled them way back in August of 2017, Chris and then Shanann later, twice, she would have had a lot to witness. She would have witnessed Shanann in all her Thrive promotions and just the quirky way the couple related to one another. The rules of Mistress 101 she would have seen and been taking notes on how she could have slid in there and tried to one-up Shanann. Shanann hit the 130s in weight after 7 years, and of course it would have been perhaps easier for Nikki to keep her weight down since she had never birthed any children that we know about. Shanann had professed her love to Chris Watts on their 5th wedding anniversary and with song lyrics, and she would go live as 2017 began to close out. She would talk about her weight problems. Shanann was kind of an open book, and she started speaking of when her and Chris Watts moved to Colorado in 2012 and her job at the hospital. She would even see Chris Watts in bed, in that very same bed she would later describe to police with the pillory, the tall pillars like you can see in the photo. Shanann spoke about how Chris Watts got her flowers just for fun on Thanksgiving Day. It's something about that always made me wonder why he did that. And by December 1st, when Shanann opened a video when the girls were at this performance, Shanann said to Chris, "Don't interrupt me." And she says, "Cece, you're live on Facebook." "Are we live?" Chris Watts makes a surprise face, and that's when Shanann says, "Chris, don't interrupt me." Shanann seemed angry at Chris, and I wondered at that point, did she know something was coming? By December 15, 2017, Chris Watts' physique continued to develop. And of course, the normal type of family squabbles or problems in raising children would make themselves evident. Shanann would go live and things wouldn't always turn out how she expected. On December 3rd, 2017, she explained that Chris was taking the girls for a steam shower and chanting, "Here we go, Steelers," in the background. The whole time I was wondering, especially as those disastrous Christmas Eve videos with Chris Watts dressed up as Santa played out for people to see, was Nikki in the background taking notes? Was she gunning for a job, her dream job at Anadarko, but also gunning for a dream husband? As 2018 rolled around, Nikki was Googling Shanann again. What did Nikki find upon Googling Shanann Watts on January 7, 2018? On that exact day, Shanann added photos of Chris's coworker, Troy McCoy. Is that why Nikki searched Shanann's name again? There's too many coincidences here. What was prompting Nikki to search for Shanann at least twice that cops could pull up from her phone records? Did other searches take place? What prompted her to look for this woman? Did she see videos where Shanann Watts went live with the video titled "Poor Dieter," where Shanann and Chris Watts were playing with their girls? Did you see January 10th's video where Shanann Catherine Watts celebrated her last birthday on the earth, 34th birthday? And when Shanann Watts started publishing Instagram photos like this one on January 25th, she would write, "He's mine, my man," almost as if there was a territorial thing starting to happen. Maybe it was just Shanann's sixth sense that something strange was happening in her family. Shanann called herself and the girls divas. Chris Watts was asked if he felt a certain way in a video, and he said, "Yeah, but it's haunting because we don't really know what he was asked." If Nikki was in the background this whole time, maybe gunning for her connections to get close to Chris by getting a job with Anadarko, it worked. And if she was taking notes on what she would say and how she would treat him if she ever met him, that worked as well, at least temporarily. Shanann said that they didn't do anything special on their last Valentine's Day in 2018. Maybe Nikki took notes on that, especially when Shanann made little quips and digs at Chris and his strange way of acting when she would ask him to do certain things. In the oil field, Nikki finally landed her dream job. Soon thereafter, around March or April of 2018, she was contracted to work for Anadarko Petroleum Corporation via Tasman Geosciences. With a faltered relationship under her leggings, it was time for her to land her dream husband, no matter that he was married to someone else with 2 kids. Nikki didn't let that stop her. If this wasn't just happenstance, if Nikki had been plotting and planning how to get close to Chris, it worked. While Shanann was at home making 18 hard-boiled eggs or more for her husband, helping him, making him egg salad, taking care of the girls, giving tips on Thrive, Shanann was also dealing with some type of creeper from overseas, trying to go live with her. Most importantly, at this time, Shanann began to explain to her viewers how she was planning a 6-week trip to North Carolina in order to build a business. She planned to make the 6-week trip in June or July, she warned her viewers. It would be around that time period when Nikki finally got her hooks into Chris. Is that why she told Chris Watts, "Let's get together after you get back from San Diego"? We always wondered, Shanann would have been pregnant when this famous video came out where she talked about Chris being the one for her. Was it because she knew someone was lurking in the background? Shanann started experiencing success in terms of visibility, or at least the appearance of success, I should say, by May 7th, when she was posting photos like this of a perfectly happy family. I often wonder if Nikki was seething in the background and thinking of ways to be the anti-Shanann in her mind. You know, the cool girl, the get-along girl, the girl who doesn't come with quote-unquote baggage. On May 29, 2018, at 3:40 p.m., Shanann filmed herself in the kitchen of 2825 Saratoga Trail. "Oops, we did it again," her shirt read. Chris Watts said, "I guess when you want to, it happens." But even though Shanann filmed this video on May 29, 2018, she wouldn't publish it until June 11, 2018.
We did it again. I like that shirt. Really?
Really?
That's awesome. So pink means...
That's just the test.
I know. It just says the pink is going to be girls.
I don't know. Just the test.
That's awesome. Guess when you want to, it happens.
So a lot of viewers think that Chris could not fake his surprise and he couldn't feign happiness. Other videos of Shanann announcing her pregnancy to the girls look also pretty staged, especially since I've seen different versions of them filmed after the Netflix documentary came out. But what's more interesting to me is that this video, though filmed in May, was uploaded on June 11th. And if you compare that to Chris Watts' email correspondence with Nichol Kessinger, it shows a group email from Nichol to Chris and other coworkers prior to June 11th, but then Chris replies to Nikki alone shortly afterwards. Then, the very next day, Nichol replies to Chris, thanking him for being honest with her on June 12th. It's only one day, approximately 25 hours after Shanann went public with this video. It's my belief that Chris and Nikki likely spoke about his marriage as well as Shanann's pregnancy on that day. I don't believe Nikki found out about Shanann's pregnancy on August 14, 2018 from the newspapers. Now, Shanann's pregnancy test video, it shows Chris Watts' mouth saying, "Wow," but his eyes may say something else, like, "Holy hell." Again, only 25 hours after Shanann posted that pregnancy video to Facebook, Nikki sent this email to Chris. "Thank you for being honest with me this morning. Truthfulness is so underrated in our culture." She signed it Saludos Cordiales, which means best regards, trying to be perhaps interesting and have his curiosity piqued. And of course, Chris would go back and say he's a straightforward guy. Lying complicates things. He tells Nikki, "You are absolutely stunning. And from what I've learned about you so far, you seem like an amazing person." And then he expresses his hope to continue to get to know her better. And then this is the proof that she knew he was married. Agreed, it's nice to find people you can relate to. I enjoy talking to you as well. I feel understood. I'm looking for someone to build a beautiful life with. Seems so simple, but so unrealistic. Something similar to what you have done with your wife and those cute little girls. So that's the proof positive that she knew he was married. Again, they started making plans to see one another outside of the job at that point. And that's really when the whole ball started rolling. Soon thereafter, Chris and Shanann Watts would travel to San Diego. Nikki made sure to tell Chris, "Let's hook up for real, basically. Let's get together after you get back from this trip to San Diego with your wife." It's as if Nikki was giving him a little bit of a teaser of the things to come. I'm sure that's why he hated that San Diego trip, because he couldn't wait to move on when Shanann would leave town for 6 weeks. Nikki likely knew this is my opportune time to really show this man the type of life he could have with me. A lifestyle where he didn't have to worry about steam showers or packing kids' lunches or taking kids to the hospital or cleaning the basement and vacuuming the home all the time. I will show him the things he likes to do. If this was Nikki's long-haul, long-term plan, it really backfired. Not only did Nikki likely try and design her new life, kind of step into Shanann's role of sorts, giving Chris Watts the boy he wanted, or, giving him quote unquote a better lifestyle, that part backfired. And when Nikki's name began to be associated with mud, basically, America's most hated woman, she tried to also manipulate the public view by hoping that she would become an Amber Fry type. I mean, that very necklace that Chris Watts was holding in his hand, I realized he took that picture when he was on vacation with Shanann and the girls in the Carolinas. Nikki had really her formula, her plan, her Googling, her potential stalking, her choosing, whatever it is that she did behind the scenes. It definitely worked initially, but it backfired. Perhaps she didn't know she was dealing with a man who was so mentally unstable. Perhaps she's almost as mentally unstable as he is. Maybe she knows a lot more than she's letting on. Of course, she would not admit to Googling Shanann and Chris Watts a year before allegedly meeting him and trying to take him away from his wife. But the question is why? Is it because she knew more about the crimes? Or was she just trying to save face and save her reputation? Nikki played the game that many of us might have played. Quote, you can't steal an adult from someone else. She wasn't the one that was married. Adultery's not illegal. If I could take him, he wasn't yours to begin with, and all the other platitudes you hear in cases like this. If Nikki had no idea what Chris Watts was planning, I can't place much blame on her. The thing is, Nikki played her dangerous game with a psychopath. Whereas a saner man might have gone through a nasty divorce and suffered the slings and arrows of a divorced man on Wife 2.0, Chris Watts chose the darkest path possible. And of course, Nikki wouldn't want to be associated with such a dark path. That's why she honed in on Amber Fry. That's the only one she could relate to in modern history. What do you do if your quote-unquote boyfriend turns out to be some crazy person who tries to get rid of his family for you? Well, in Nikki's case, you try and save face. You attempt to tell police, look, I only knew this guy 6 weeks. It's been pretty tight-wrapped. The problem is, We have a lot more technology, thankfully, these days. Technology that turns up Chris Watts' unknown searches on an unknown date, rather, how to delete his Instagram account, and 80 milligrams of Oxy will. The trail does not go away. The Google searches last. The phone records prove that other things were going on besides what Nikki told the cops. And ultimately, probably besides what Chris Watts admitted to as well. Will we ever actually know why Nikki Googled Shanann and Chris Watts in 2017? I doubt it. It might be something that would land her in prison. She will probably never publish a book like Amber Fry did, nor will she ever be seen as an Amber Fry type, perhaps. Let's close out with Philippians 4:4-7. Rejoice in the Lord always. I will say it again, rejoice. Let your gentleness be evident to all. The Lord is near. Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God, and the peace of God, which transcends all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. I do pray for Nikki. I really do hope she is okay. I found it quite interesting that Rourke called it a witch hunt, because part of me wonders if it wasn't some kind of witchery that was going on with Nikki when she perhaps tried to design a life with Chris Watts that just totally backfired upon her. Maybe that's why folks just can't forget about her. Thanks for watching.